Christopher Ward proving that they never sleep and they're constantly updating and improving their watches. Today, they are releasing a new C63 Sealander Extreme GMT. The name says it all. This is part Sealander GMT, part Lumiere, and it brings the Sealander to a whole new level. This is Christopher Ward's take on a tactical watch. I have one hands-on to show you guys, so let's take a hands-on look at the latest Christopher Ward, the C63 Sealander Extreme GMT. I love this trend of tactical watches. This is the C63 Sealander Extreme GMT. So this is their take on an extreme tactical watch. Now, is it tactical? I don't know. Someone will argue that in the comments, I'm sure. However, what they have done here is given you a very good-looking tactical style or tactical watch. It is in stainless steel. You have a fully brushed case. So this is a little bit different from their light catcher case. It is the light catcher case, except it is just all brushed. So there are no polished edges here that would catch the light in a situation where you would not want to be seen. A tactical watch, right? Then also you are getting a slightly raised sapphire crystal with lots of AR coating. You can see as I move it around, there is almost no reflection. So that means it is incredibly legible. And legibility is paramount when you're talking about a watch that is a tactical watch. Also, they have used Superluminova in block form here, global light, and I am very excited that they did that because you guys know I love Lume. In fact, they made a whole video of me saying Lume over and over and over again, and you know, they put that on social media. It was pretty funny. A lot of people were making fun of me about it. I deserved it. I said Lume about 15 times in that video, or 16 times. And again, you're going to hear me say Lume a lot in this video because you are getting a lot of Lume on the dial. Those are solid blocks of milled Lume. So all of the indices are made out of that material. And then, of course, the logo is also lumed on this watch. And it's a slightly larger logo than you would get on one of their normal watches, and that is made out of solid blocks of Lume. Also, the hands, the hour and minutes hand, are made out of that same Lume. So they're just blocks of Lume that look like the Christopher Ward hands, which is pretty cool. Orange for that GMT hand. You have traditional Lume on there, I believe. And then you have a seconds hand. I don't believe there is any Lume on that seconds hand. There is also Lume in the bezel. It is very liberally applied there as well. It is a fixed bezel made out of ceramic. The dial is grainy, and I love a grainy dial. And I love that they put a grainy dial on this watch. It just looks really good. At the bottom of the dial, right above the 6 o'clock position, that 6 o'clock index, which is a small piece of Lume, there is the date that is color matched to the dial. So it has a color matched background in black. And then above that, it says anti-shock because this does get Christopher Ward's anti-shock system. I'm not sure that I've seen this on any of their other watches. Essentially, it's just a rubber ring that surrounds the movement and gives you extra shock resistance. And then above that, it says automatic GMT. Automatic because this is a Sellita SW330 inside. The Sellita SW330 is Sellita's higher end movement. It is a GMT. It is an office GMT or a military GMT. It is not a traveler's GMT or a flyer GMT. All that means is that when you put it into the date position, in one direction you are changing the date, the other direction you are changing the GMT hand, that orange hand on the dial. A little bit of a departure for Christopher Ward because many of their watches have display casebacks. This does not get a display caseback. This gets a solid caseback with a beautiful 3D globe that is stamped very deeply into the caseback, and it looks great. You get a screwed-in caseback and a screwed-in crown, 150 meters of water resistance. So really, this is a watch that is meant to go anywhere and do almost anything. Measurements on this watch are around 40.9 millimeters wide, so just about 41 millimeters. That's not including the crown guards, although that does not affect the wearability at all. And then you have a 47.9 millimeter lug to lug, so basically a 48 millimeter lug to lug, and then a 12 millimeter thickness that is including the sapphire crystal. This also gets a large crown just under 7 millimeters, which makes a lot of sense so that it is easy to operate. On my wrist today was last year's big release. Actually, I think it was this year. I can't remember. Christopher Ward have released so many cool watches over the past few years. So maybe this was this year. I think it was actually. This is the Christopher Ward Loco. This is the black version with the orange strap. A beautiful watch, obviously. Very special and just a very wearable watch as well. And there it is on my 7.5-inch wrist. I have to say, this wears beautifully. It is very comfortable. This comes on a fabric Velcro strap. This is a new strap for them, and it comes with a really nice screwed in buckle on here. That is really not a buckle, it's a loop. It's signed on the side. It has a big hex screw in there. So this is something serious. They're trying to do something really nice here, and I think it looks great. There are two different versions available. So this is the black dial. There is also a green dial. I really like that green dial version. I would love to own that one day because I think it's just a very good looking watch. Although I haven't seen it in person, this one is also really a good looking watch. Well, very similar to the Lumiere when that came out, the Lume is extremely impressive. Everything is loomed except for that second hand. Like I said, I would like to see a little bit of lume on that second hand. Even though you can see that your watch is still working in the dark, it would be nice to have lume on that second hand. Everything is loomed except for that second hand. You have a very large amount of lume applied to the bezel. It is very deeply engraved and filled with lume, and then all of those solid lume blocks just glow all the way around. So you're getting a lot of surface area, a lot of brightness, and of course that logo is lume. The hands are extremely bright, and that GMT hand also loomed. Price on this watch, as you see it, is $1,700.85. And then if you want it on the batter bracelet, which is of course their 3-link bracelet with on-the-fly micro adjust, it's $1,995. That is with all tariffs and all of that good stuff included. That is delivered. I think that's actually a very competitive price for a watch with a Sellita SW330, which is a higher end movement, and all of this lume. It just looks so good. Tell me what you guys think down in the comment section below. I'm not sure if Christopher Ward will be cutting this up and making fun of me again by saying lume so many times, but the lume here is bright, and it is something to mention because lume is expensive. I always say that lume is very expensive, and when you put a lot of lume on a watch, it's just not cheap. So there you go. Tell me what you guys think down in the comment section below. Tell me what you think of this watch. I want to hear from you guys. Please also don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It is super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Anyway, guys, thank you for logging on. Thank you for watching this video. I will catch you guys in the next video.